Alofa lava malori lei, and welcome back to another episode of the 135 Footy Show, proudly part of the WesWes Network. You can go check us out on YouTube, Spotify, all socials, and you can also check us out at our website, weswesnet.com. You'll be able to find us and all our other podcasts on the website. Welcome the boys. Bobby, good to have you back on us.
How's it, brothers? Good to be back. Good to review this game between the might of Tonga and the Kiwis. So let's get into it.
Nice. And also good to have you back all the way from Brisbane. Payne, how's it going, mate?
What's up, boys? Malotans, Bob, Kims. Yeah, Seki, man. Thanks for having me on. Apologies for our 5 listeners last week. I just made the opening credits there, and then like when I get to the movie, I can never finish it off. I just start crashing out, and then the kids waking up at the end. But we'll see. We'll see how the connection goes tonight. Also,
yeah, sounding a lot better already. Also, should be good. Let's get into it. A few good games, but we are going to cover off the main stuff from the Pacific Championships. Before we get into it, let's go to our usual segment. All Eyes Isaiah Kalava Awards. We'll start with the bad stuff. Let's go to our Kaya Kele. I'll come to you first, Bobby. What you got on your Kaya Kele for the weekend?
You know what? Kaya Kele for me, this probably had nothing to do with the in-game, but I got to give it to Lehigh Hopewate, bro, for shoulder charging his own player in the warm-up. Like, that was crazy footage when you're watching the game and you saw the impact that he had jumping up and smashing Ellie in the face. Like, it was really bad watching that.
Some benefits again. We'll get to it, but yeah.
Yeah. So Kaya Kele for me, like we will elaborate on that, but Kaya Kele for me was Lehigh taking out one of arguably Tonga's best back rowers. And super effective he's been all year. Poor Ellie. So yeah, the Kaya Kele for me is Lehigh Hopewate.
Yeah, especially because he didn't do that once during the game.
Yeah.
You put your body on the line and do it in the game. Payne, come to you for your Kaya Kele, mate.
I want to jump on that too, Bobby, but that was harsh also to give it to Lehigh Hopewate, man, because, that's a warm-up, and you could see that that was a tactic for Eliesa as one of the, alongside Nana,
his weapons,
one of the best second rowers competing in the air, bro. But I'm going to give it to the whole Tongan management, bro, medical included, because it seemed like the viewers saw it, commentators highlighted it, that he kind of got knocked out on the way down, bro. And as you alluded to, bro, that happened in the game. That's HIA, bro, and he probably wouldn't even pass, man. So maybe they didn't see it. Maybe Eliesa hit it really well, Barry, but don't normally put up the whole coaching management. But I thought, Christian Wolf, with his answer, yeah, technically he may be correct, but I think someone brought it up in the press conference that they followed all the protocols. But there's no real measure for this type of protocol to for something to happen in the warm up. But like, bro, afterwards, they should have known something happened in the warm up. I'll give it, given that they probably didn't know how bad it was. Oh, Sully, he went and got one knock to the head. That makes it 2, 1 for the game. They sent him out again, bro. The 3rd time, bro. And it was just so sad and distressing to see what happened afterwards, bro. You could see how bad he looked on the sideline, man. And I seen one clip on social media, on someone's TikTok, went really close up, bro, and he was talking to the former, telling him that he was fucked. And you didn't even need to be an expert lip reader to say that he was fucked. He looked fucked. He copped a fucking a knock full of his mucker. And
right from the start.
And you just saw, bro, with the sad scenes, they had to be carried away on the shisha to the Whalemati, man. swelling on the brain. And this is sad, bro. And I know they followed procedure, like you said, but bro, you gotta take ownership, man. It's just so funny. Not funny, but the AB's game. We say what's his name, Braden Barrett. He got a little knock, head high shot. That guy got sent off, right? And I guess this is where Union has it over league, and they can be overreaching and heavy-handed what they dish out, but player safety first, bro. And we all have a whinge about some of the league calls, like, oh fuck, that's not worth a penalty. But to something to happen to the Islander boys, man, to the Tongan team, to Eliesa Katoa, was sad for me, distressing for me. So Kaya Kele, Tongan management, take ownership, bro. Don't say you follow the rules, bro, because poor Eliesa will come off second best in that.
Nice. We will get further into those insights, but that's your second week in a row with a blanket kaya kele to just a group of people. Seems like can you be specific, mate? I'm gonna follow on. I'm actually gonna go with I didn't want to go with the same theme, but I'm going with, it's a harsh one, but Eliesa Katoa. Like, I thought after the first week he'd improve, and I mean there was like you saw the forward battle, they were up for it this time. So there was, I mean, the Kiwis forwards were real good as well, but yeah, just a lot. I don't know if it's maybe Cody Nikorima, like just his, like he's been an awesome foil for him all year, and maybe that was the difference. But yeah, like that, what we saw in the preview, like that's one of Katoa's weapons. Yet they never got in the right field positions. The kicks were never there for them to have those opportunities. So maybe a harsh one, but yeah, I'm giving it to Eliesa Katoa for my kaya kele. Let's jump into some good stuff. We'll come back to you, Payne, for your all eyes.
Thanks, also. Mine comes out of the main game we're going to talk about. And once again, I'm going to give it to a whole group of people, man. But I'm going to give it to the Tongan supporters, bro. Especially at Eden Park and tons. We seen it. We seen it live a few years back. I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago when we watched Tonga at Kiwis at Mount Smart. And that was so awesome to feel the vibe. But like these guys, man, win, lose, or draw, they got to be not only in rugby league but sports crowds alone. Tongans bring the vibe, man, and it was a bit sad the scoreline didn't go their way. But from what I saw on TV, it did not matter, man. They were singing along, they were happy. The flags, I think it was 38,144 at Eden Park, not quite a sellout. But they were, I saw a couple of headlines from the New Zealand articles. Biggest Kiwi crowd in 10 years. Come on, Kiwi crowd. Fucking no, Kiwi's been supporting the poor league team in 10 years. The biggest crowd they've had.
Biggest Kiwi crowd.
Nation. Yeah.
Damn.
Come on, man. Give it due where's due. The Tongan supporters, win, lose, draw, they're bringing it. They bring the energy. So all eyes on me award this week. Tongan supporters, bro.
Nice. Well deserved. Boy, your all eyes, hard act to follow, man.
Yeah, like Sai's probably taken it really for the whole game, but I wanted to give it to a couple of players who I thought these two are going to be like the future of the Kiwi team. One's in the forwards, it's Naufa'u White, and one in the back, Keanu Kinney. I thought that was a great decision to start Keanu at the back and to push Chance out into the centre. Like that was inspired decision to finally put Keanu there, because man, the dude is not future fullback of the Kiwis. He's the now fullback of the Kiwis. Like he's dynamic, he's explosive. The cool thing that I really liked about Keanu in the weekend is just knowing the amount of adversity that he's gone through this year with that serious neck injury. He had to go through some surgery to sort it out early on in the year when, man, he was on fire for the Titans at the start of the season, and then he picked up that injury, and then derailed his whole season. But for him to come back at the back end of the year, make the Kiwi squad, and then to have a performance like he had in the weekend, man, Keanu, he's the man. Like he's very similar to like a Reece Walsh, but he has the maturity, I feel, that Reece sometimes lacks a little bit. And that's no slight on Reece Walsh. They're two completely different personality types, but their type of play is very similar. Like they're both explosive. They're good on support. I really enjoyed watching Keanu get smashed and bounce straight back up and be ready to take the next carry or to take another hit up. Like, he wasn't getting smashed and staying on the ground, and that's very much the Keanu that I remember from when he was a junior out at the Northcote Tigers, getting up to talk about their games. And if you watched his games, he was always the smallest player on the field, getting smashed like he was in the weekend by those big Tongan boys. But Keanu was scoring tries at will. Like, you always knew as a junior watching him play, there was something special there. Similarly for Fa'u, because I used to watch that kid as a junior as well. He started out at the Vikings Bay Roscoe. He ended up at Marist. Man, Fa'u was amazing in the weekend. And, he had less minutes. There were more minutes in this week's game against Tonga, but he had less minutes than guys like Bali'i or Tapini, I think. But he carried for like 192 meters. So he was only 7 meters behind Keanu Kinney, who carried for 199. So, man, the Kiwis they're in a really good position, looking ahead to the future with having dominant forwards like Fa'u play, and then really exciting backs like Keanu being in there, and just being able to build a team around those two players. I think it sets the Kiwi boys in good stead for future matches. And man, it's going to be a tough game against Samoa, but I'm really looking forward to it. But yep, all eyes for me with those two boys. Fa'u in the forwards for the Kiwis and Keanu at the back.
Nice points on Keanu as well. I didn't realize he was a Tiger.
Yeah, Tiger for Marist, stole him. And him and Binga played in the same Marist team that took out their grade before both those boys left to go over to school in Aussie.
Nice. My all eyes quickly is I'm gonna give it to Mose. Moses Leota really stepped up. Especially that clash with the boys at the front, man. He was a beast. Like, just seeing Mose step up against those Tongan boys, like he knew he was up for it, and he took it to them. And you're right, like just having Napahu come out the back as well. Yeah, that's the future. But just seeing some of the the old heads, there to kind of lead these young boys, and the way Mose led, that's my all eyes. One of the big boys dancing out the back there. Before we get into some of the points I want to talk about, let's go to our discussion comments corner. Sorry. We had a few good comments coming out of there. We had one of the True Blue 685 jumped on. He said, understand the frustration, especially the fans based in Auckland, seeing incredible scenes from the Toa Samoa fan day in Brisbane. I agree the issue isn't with our people, and it's important to recognise that responsibility doesn't solely fall on the NZRL. There's definitely room for improvement in communication and outreach. Having a dedicated liaison office or similar role could have significantly enhanced engagement, wider Samoan community, and ensured better publicity for the event. It's imperative to advocate for better collaboration communication so that going forward, all fans can feel included and celebrated for Te Tele Lava. So I think that's in response to your points about how well you guys did the fan day over there in Logan. Alamai 7799. Okay, so True Blues was response to this guy. So Alamai says, wasn't our people that were the problem? NZRL were the ones who said they would do a fan day. That's why no one knew when they were arriving about the fan day. Our people offered to help out and they refused. So what we saw was the result of NZRL. They didn't do anything for our people. Some of the supporters said that when they got to the fan day location, they had Kiwi gazebos up and they thought they came to the wrong location, only for one to ask and they said Samoa team will be there. Just shows the disrespect and treatment NZRL have towards our people. Here in Brisbane, people were at the airport on the fan day. They capped the fan day in Logan at 3,000 for safety reasons. There was still heaps more Samoans outside that couldn't get in. Oh man, yes, generated a bit of chat. I don't know. I saw there was meant to be a parade today in Mangere, but yeah, I don't hear any official fan day stuff. I don't know if they'll probably be putting stuff over there in Sydney. Should be interesting. The fan base of Samoa over there. You heard anything on the news there, sir?
Oh, I'm not the best guy to keep up, but no doubt there's going to be a fan day in Sydney, man. Big population out west of Samoans, bro. So yeah, will be interesting to see, man. Especially for a final. They're definitely going to pack out that Parramatta Stadium. Yeah, so it'll be good to see a wave of Samoan flags at that stadium, bro. But I have no doubt the fan day, if they're going to have it, that's going to be huge.
Nice. Let's just jump into these discussion points. You guys already started the discussion on Eliesa Katoa. You're right. Like there is nothing around pre-game protocols, but I just saw an article about possible changes. Because you mentioned the management. Like, did they just ignore the protocols, or the protocols not working?
I think even if he had passed that first HIA, they'd already seen him get smashed by Lehigh in the warm up, so they shouldn't have treated that as a first HIA. Like they should have treated that as a second one, even if they hadn't done an HIA for the Lehigh incident in the warm up. There needed to be an element of common sense, I think, because man, as a fan watching it, you could see how puffed up Ellie's face was. Like he'd just done 12 rounds in a boxing match and just getting pummeled in the face. Like his face was that swollen. It looked like he had been in a boxing match, just getting absolutely pasted. And you know, even before the kickoff, when you saw him lining up for the Sipitao and you saw how bloodshot his eye was, I was thinking, yeah, nah, that doesn't look good at all. And then when who was it that smashed him into him? Was that
game?
Yeah, where he caught the elbow. Oh,
Was it the
center? Nah, he caught an accidental friendly fire elbow from not Alamoti, who was on the other centre.
Or McLean?
No, for Tonga.
Oh, okay, from his own team.
Yeah.
Bensini or
the
Alamoti,
guy from the Storm.
Yeah.
Bensini, it was Bensini.
Bensini.
So it was in a tackle, and Bensini come from, so his right side is already puffed up from when Lehigh smashed into it, and so he's going into a tackle, and Bensini's on his left, and Bensini's elbow goes, and then he falls down, friendly fire, but then instantly that side of his face starts to swell, and you could see when he was sort of going off, and that was the side that had the cut, and he was sort of bleeding.
Oh.
But then both sides of his face started to swell simultaneously. Like initially it was just a little swelling and bloodshot, but as soon as you got the knock on that side, the people fought by lingy the face, like the face just went, it started to swell up, and I was like, man, there's no way he's going to come back. And then next minute he was running up the sideline. Oh, he's past his HIA. I was like, hell no, that can't be right. And so, how, right? And you know what? He runs on, and the very first contact he gets is one of the Kiwi boys' shoulders into his head. And I was going, oh my God. Like, and then like he reeled out of that tackle and then just carried on. And I was thinking, nah, man, Ellie's not long. Like, he's not 100%. And maybe 5 or 10 minutes after that, you saw him get that second head knock during the game, and then he come off. So, you know, they could say that the protocols were followed, and yes, he passed his HIA, but, you know, all of the ex-players that they sort of interviewed and talked about, Sean Johnson's one, and they talk about how, oh, you know, there is an element of the boys not wanting to come off. Of course, they're going to say that they're feeling all right, you know, and that's when the medical professionals who were surrounding Ali and the Tongan team at the time needed to have that duty of care. And I've heard duty of care be sort of thrown around in the last few days about how that wasn't really applied in Ali's case. And, you know, I've read an article about the Storm really wanting a full review into what happened with their player, because, you know, he's a star player for the Melbourne Storm. And so they're keeping a close eye, and they're in touch with the hospital, they're in touch with the Tongan medical staff, and they're wanting to keep tabs on what the hell happened, and they're wanting a full review into the whole issue as well. So yeah, I don't know. There's following protocols, and then you need to apply a bit of common sense, because you could tell visually Ali wasn't 100%. Like the swelling over his eye, I was thinking, come on, man. The dude's eye was so badly swollen. Surely you could tell that another serious contact to either of his cheekbones was gonna impact him again. So yeah, I don't know. And you're right. Like, it was probably pretty poor from Christian Wolf to back his medical staff, and then to choose. You know, he was trying to deflect blame. Like, oh, well, you know, I'm not a medical professional. It's not my job. It's like, silly. It's your job as coach to give a damn about your players, not say shit like, oh yeah. Like, I thought that was super. That was super not unprofessional, but I thought that was a really weak statement on his behalf to try and deflect blame, or to not take any accountability for what happened to Ali. So, you know, poor form, Tonga. Like, that was poor form from the Tonga medical staff and the Tonga management.
Nice. Let's move on. Quickly, just want to touch on a couple of the games before we get to the Kiwis Tonga. The other games that happened over the weekend, we had the Kumals over Fiji Bati, 50 points to 18. Man, I did watch that game, and the Kumals look real good. They've got a half in there. I think there's a few big forwards that are coming out of that team, but they still got a few good names in their team. Johnston was in there. Nene McDonald looks real good at the moment for them. So yeah, I guess it's promising for the new PNG team that's going to be coming in. I don't know if you guys saw any highlights from that game, touch points from that, but yeah, no, the Kumals look real good. The other game of the weekend was the Ashes. Low scoring affair, but I don't know. Like, there was a sin binning early in that game from a nothing, so I don't know what happened there. Grant Atkins kind of lost control, and then the bunker was all over the place for some of the calls during that game. So it was like, you look at what we're getting out of the Pacific Championship, and then you look at that Ashes test. Like, yeah, Kangaroos have won both games now, so I don't even know if there's what value the Aussie boys are getting out of that. You boys thoughts on any of those games?
About the game? Yeah. Well, I don't really want to touch on the game. It was a bit boring. I can actually see the Kiwis beating the Kangaroos. I didn't really think they lifted from the first game. But, bro, you know, the talking point for me, Solly, what about the guy that made the national anthem standing next to Munster?
That Jarvin guy, yeah.
Who the hell is...
I don't know who.
Who the hell is...
Yeah, what is he? Security is he like famous for doing that?
Bro, I mean... Yeah, he does that a bit, bro, but he must have some fucking top-notch fucking Ocean's 11 shit going on, bro, because... but, you know, it's funny, but it's how dangerous is that? He could be like a ulukai and do something me valea.
Yeah.
But that's poor, bro. In 2025, this day and age of security and terrorism threats, for someone to make the pitch, and so they're sing the whole song and no one fucking tackled that mofo, bro. Like, sure. Anyway, that's some funny shit to see, man.
Yeah, I didn't know where that guy came from.
Yeah, he's notorious, that guy. He started it in cricket, like he would turn up with like I think the cricket match that he looked stupid in, because he's been on in a few cricket games, but the one that looked super stupid was when he ran on to an Indian cricket game in the Indian uniform. And then the Indian team, who were sort of running back out onto the field, sort of looked over and then they ran over to him. I don't think in gears muck around.
Oh, they were
Not
gonna
like,
fuss you.
no, they were like grabbing, hey, where the fuck is security? they were having none of it because he went to try and pick the ball up or something to like chuck back at the boys, and they sort of like, who the hell is this guy wearing our uniform? But because he's white, stands out. But what was
Dare him
crazy?
to try and wear a Toa jersey.
Oh,
Sure,
bro,
he's from Oz.
he'd probably get flattened. And then it was funny because they interviewed Munster after that game, and he was like, I thought he was Kiwis' cousin or something that came to just join
it was like
the
won
line.
A promotion or something. He said, hey,
Yeah.
Like,
He was
won
like,
some competition.
I honestly thought he was like Kiwis' cousin or someone that was related to. Yeah, like, and that's how they were thinking because they were in like game mode, national anthems playing, and he was saying that the guy wanted to come in between him and Pat Carrigan, and he was like, no, he stayed there, bro. And then he just sort of held him, and I was like, you know what? You're right, Tana. That's dangerous as shit, man. Like you don't know who this guy is, and it highlights. Yeah, he might be a prankster, being able to do it, but man, that might embolden a real crazy person to try it and be like, oh yeah, man, if it's so easy that fool can do it, I'm going to do it. But this time I'm going to take a knife on the field and stab that guy that keeps costing me money on my multis. It might be something stupid like that.
Yeah, giving them ideas, man. There's all the guys.
Wow, look at what happened in South Africa when that big South African dude ran on to smash the ref because he didn't like the way the game was being refereed. I was thinking, if it wasn't for the ABs that held that guy down, he was big boy. And I was like, lucky Richie McCaw was there.
Gamble responsibly, people.
Yeah, and it might be something funny, now when you think about it. But to be honest, man, the potential for that to not have been funny or to have been tragic is way too high. And if I was the Australian rugby league team, I'd be fucking pissed off at the venue security, at the venue management, for that lax security that allowed that guy to get onto the pitch. It's just not good enough.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, at least something good came out of that game. All right, let's get into the real game. The Kiwis Tonga game. You're right. We can't go past that scene of Eden Park with those Tongan flags. Like that was awesome. Like didn't make it to the game, but just watching it on TV was like just never seen Eden Park like that. So yeah, when they say it's a Kiwis test, like you get it. Like yeah, it's the Kiwis playing, but they ain't there for the Kiwis, man. Your key thoughts on that game? Yeah, I reckon Keanu was a huge call, like a real good switch up. And you're right, I believe he is the now for the hard on chance, but it goes back to our point we missed last week, like a big flip flop for me. But man, their signs are there when RTS is fullback over in Toa. As soon as he's gone, Kenny gets the call up. Chances pushed to centre, so I don't know if Webby's looking, but the signs aren't looking too good for Chance to be keeping that number one next year. Your other standouts during that game, like Tonga just... I thought they'd bring more, but just the Kiwis, they look good. I think you can't take away from the Kiwis. They did look good.
Bro, I think Tonga needed to score first just to absorb some of that crowd, and they come out firing, bro.
Yeah.
The first couple of sets, they were cruising down the field, man. Tombalolo,
that was huge.
No Blake, they had big bodies, bro, which kind of counted against them in the end. But you mentioned Keanu Kenny, bro. That first try he scored, that was almost against the grain, bro, because such a beautiful ball play. Come right from his line, bro. Took it up, and Katoa could, see the danger in him. The speed, bro. When you got speed, you kind of push up with him. Boom, in and out, bang. He fed. Wait for it. Was it McLean that come down the sideline?
Yeah,
and then found him on the inside. So as soon as they as soon as they scored,
And it was a nice, it was
um,
a silky pass too. When you watch it on replay, the way he gave it to him.
so like, this guy's been ripping up the Oztag over here. So like, he can be on par with Reece Walsh, bro, with his skill set. But man, 100, close to 200 meters. He was the big difference. But that first try, was crucial, bro, because had Tonga scored first, I think that they could have used the crowd as the extra man, bro, the 18th man to spur them on. What they've done in the past, bro, when they beat Aussies. But like as the game wore on, Stacey Jones, how he used the forwards, bro, and solid to see the two Bash bro. Is that what they call them? Bash brothers? Am I stealing that from the previous Penrith boys? Solid. Leota and Fisher Harris. And good to see Fisher Harris and the 2020 version, since he's been at the Waz, he's been a shadow of himself. But if you look at the props, the rotation, solid, they were fresh, man. 30-odd minutes for Leota and Fisher Harris. And solely those, you know what's special about those two? Hard-nosed, old school. They're not like the Carrigans and the Haas's where, you know, they can do big minutes, they can make big meters, but they're all about the intensity, especially on D. We don't see the big carries, bro, but what people forget, defensively, man, they were up flat. So between those two, and then you got X coming on, Waifoi Malesi, Nofa White, Bobby touched on it, was huge. And then the use of Tapine, who as a 13, he's the extra prop anyway. So these guys were just fresh all day, bro. And the forwards just ended up for fighting them up front. And it was telling when at one point, Malolo, the first time in his career I've seen him put on his back, Leota just fucking breadbasket, old school textbook hit. Put him on his back, bro. Up to that point, Tomoolo was huge. But if you look at that pack for Tonga, big bodied, same. They had like a Halasima, number 18. Man, I thought him and Waimonga should have been like either starting just to have a bit of leg speed in there, bro. Because as the game wore on, I mentioned those forwards, they were strong. Nikora, always strong. Papali'i, just a bit more leg speed, bit more mobility. And so the Kiwis just ran away with it, man. Just too much class. And when I saw Kenny named in at winger, I knew there was going to be some switcheroos, bro. And as you said, son, and I'm pretty sure Stace's been saying, probably Bob as well. We could go back and listen back to some past. You guys were saying Shans is the number one. Especially for the Kiwis. Kenny's got that number one spot for the next 10 years if he wants it. And then it's going to be a good competition on the off season for the Warriors, bro. But no shit on Shans. You know what? Not a problem, but he's just so good across positions. He can fill in at 5'8". He's fucking NRL standard center. Awesome on the wing. If you want to put him on the wing, he's strong carry. But if this is gonna be a good battle, bro. Even though it's Kenny at fullback, if Roger has a big game and Samoa wins, you have to start Roger at the Warriors there, bro, while he's still got it. But yeah, makes for a mean final coming up, bro. Thoroughly enjoyed it. It's good to see the Kiwis at a level where, you know, they put it all together.
Yeah, they're looking good.
They're looking good, man.
Bobby, your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, similar points to Sai, really. I just wanted to touch on Aaron Clark as well. Like him getting sin bin right at the stroke of half time was probably one of the dumbest things to happen. But this is it showed the real difference in approach between Tonga and the Kiwis. Like you would have thought that 10 minutes, yes, Tonga did score like real late in that sin binning time. Like I think Dimitri gets over for a try a few minutes before Aaron Clark comes back on. But prior to Aaron going off, like he was freaking intense, man, and he was running up with purpose. And then when he comes on, the man is trying to make up for getting sin bin, but he's not like trying to make up for it and doing stupid things. He is intense on defense. He is intense with his hit ups and carrying the ball and being the third man into tackles on defense. So he was trying to smash people. There were times where he sort of rushed up out of the line and from like A, B, C, D defender, and he was the one that was hitting the first carry off the ruck. I was like, so Aaron Clark was flying in from way out to try and make that tackle. Like he was hard out trying to make up for it, and you saw how passionate he was for the Kiwis to do well and to get that victory. Like right at the end, he was hard out screaming, and you see that shot of Tamalolo just sort of looking at him like, gifts. But man, yeah, like Aaron Clark, I thought was really good. He probably deserved to score. Yeah, like that bench, like the impact of the bench they were immense, man, for the Kiwis, and they really did their job. Like, you know, that's what you want from your bench, is you want them to come on and instant impact, like to not skip a beat from your starting front row forwards or your starting pack back rowers, all of that sort of stuff. Like you want them to come on and just provide impact, provide impetus, and to just keep that forward momentum going. And that's exactly what was needed, because, you know, Foz, far out, he was even hunting in there for a few tries, you know, running up in support, getting his elder statesman legs, trying to catch up to the Kiwis when they were making breaks and stuff. Like, it was really good to see Kieran Foran, you know, running freely. You know, his career's been super hampered by injuries, but man, out of all those Kiwis on the pitch, man, Kieran Foran, he's got heart, man, and I love the way Foz plays. Like he's another one of those guys, similar to like how Keanu was just taking hits and then just getting back up. Same with Foz, man. He'll get smashed, and he doesn't mind the contact. He's one of those old school types of halfbacks that will take a hit up, and man, he was massive. And you know, the other Pukio that I thought Wara Iras is Dylan Brown, who was playing like freaking Nathan Cleary, man. I was like, he was doing Cleary-like things, like being deceptive with the ball in hand and flipping running through gaps that you thought would be. So that was the thing. He was running. He never ran at the Eels. He was just catch a pass. He was super pedestrian. But when you put a black jersey on him, man, he's amazing. He was like putting people into space, creating opportunities for his outside backs. Oh, man. He was, you know, if I was Newcastle watching the way Dylan Brown played, they'd be like, Saleh, we made the best investment. And, you know, all us Kiwi fans are like, Saleh, this is only how he plays for the Kiwis, mate. Kasiale, pat your Newcastle jersey and he'll be back to, you put this jersey on me and it's like kryptonite. I can't play. I can't play good in this jersey. I hope that's not the case. I can't run in
these jerseys. I can only catch a pass in these.
You know, I hope that's not the case, and I hope he takes this Kiwi form into Newcastle and just you know, blows everyone away, and then there's a really massive bunga for old Kalen Ponga at the back. So, you know, Dylan Brown far out. He's just been playing his style. Him and Foz, man, they balance each other out like real good blend. You'd think, age, and then you've got youth, and then you've got speed and agility and, you know, deceptiveness and all that creativity. Foz just does what Foz does. Like, you know, he's that general that sees the whole field and, well, this needs to happen. I'll put this little kick in. So
I think that's what's good with Foz, like you're saying. He's tough, so if he sees the game like, they're just targeting me because I'm kicking, he'll run. And that's what's good about Foz. Like, he changes it up, and he's not scared to run. Like you say, he gets smashed. It's like, shit.
Yeah. Get smashed, but, you know, he won't complain about it. He'll get up and play on. But, you know, he's always in the ref's ear. That's one thing I've really enjoyed about Foz as like Kiwi's captain, is he'll get into like the the refs, and at halftime you could see him walking off, gulling to the ref, like, oh well, what about he's always up in the ref's face, trying to advocate for the team, and that's what I've really enjoyed about having him as captain. It was like that time when he was at the Warriors and we had Mannering, and I was thinking, please just make Foz the captain, man. Mannering's too much of penalty against us. Okay, ref.
Yeah, it's like, I was thinking Foz would be like,
silly question, man.
Kill some time, man. Let the forwards breathe.
Hard out.
It's just because you're fit.
Mannering's
like, Simon's like,
guys, we're getting penalised too much.
Just ask something. Man.
He's a real passive sort of captain. But Foz, man, he is my proactive guy. He's always up in the ref's face. He's always trying to question things, and I really enjoyed that about him. But going back to Simon's point, man, that crowd was amazing. And I hope the Tongan centre that fell down the stairs when they tried to fast it down the railing. I was like,
Santa Claus guy.
Overkiller celebrations,
man.
The
Santa Claus.
The Santa Claus one.
That video, like, hey, does anyone know Santa Claus is still alive?
And the sad thing was, I was reading a post that Alf put up on his social medias. We all know him as Alf, but everyone knows him as DJ Al Goody. And he was talking about how it was a real privilege to be there and to DJ and to see the crowd the way they were. But he was sort of implying that the management of these facilities, or the powers that be that run these tournaments, they're really against like the singing, like the Tongan fans singing. Yeah, it was like he was trying to say, like, they were trying to stifle that part of the game. And I was like, nah, man, whoever Alf is getting these vibes from, man, that person just needs to fuck off. If you're part of the management of these arenas, or if you're a rugby league admin, fucking front office person, man, can you not see the atmosphere that these Tongan, Samoan fans and Kiwi fans in there, all of these Pacific Championship fans have been freaking amazing.
Bring in Al Goody to make, because that was one thing I was thinking. After watching Brisbane put on the Tonga game, the crowd was going off because you could hear the songs that they were playing and jamming heaps of Fijians. Like, yeah. And then the fact that they have to bring Al Goody in, because I was like, here we go. We're going to hear the na, 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 na. Yeah, so when they actually had good vibes and good music, I was like, at least they're changing it up. But now I hear, it's just a one-off. It's just a one occasion now. We don't actually need you all the time because we've got our own music person.
Yeah, man, we're celebrating the fact that our fans are freaking awesome. Yeah. Tongan, Samoan, Kiwi. And then I read Alf's post and I'm like, is he trying to be cryptic because he's not trying to upset people that are probably giving him these gigs? Or
well, yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah.
Don't bite the hand that feeds you. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And
I think jump in here.
Yeah.
You know what I noticed from over here was, outside of All Black games, and this is not only just rugby, the footy codes. When I watch sports back home, like I'm a keen cricketer fan. I love watching NPC, anything that happens back home. Solid. The fuck, there's no crowds, bro. We're taking our Auckland NPC team to fucking suburban crowds. So if anything, bro, these New Zealand sports bodies need to come up with these ways to entertain the crowds, to bring people in. Fucking Tonga just showed the NZRL. This is the way forward, man. If I was them, I'd be asking to play Tonga and Samoa every fucking year, bro. Because they know
every year, bro.
The Kiwis supporters ain't going to their games, man. Sports in general back home is struggling to get people to go to the games, bro. I'm a dad of 4. I'd rather drink a few beers, buy a whole kasengi and watch it on TV, bro. We all would, So we gotta try. The sports body gotta try and entice people. If it takes just Josh Tatofi concert, if it takes the Islanders to yell out and do chihus without people, Karens, that's what you got to do, bro, because ain't no one else turning up to these sports events, bro.
Yeah.
Unless you're Broncos supporter,
and you're right, bro. Like, it's support. Like, that's how we support our teams. Like, we are enthusiastic, passionate as supporters of our sports teams and codes. And I just don't know why there are people out there who would poo-poo on that stuff and like, I'm like, hey, come on, man. Well, just be happy that we got bums on seats and we bought tickets to yeah, and I don't know who it was, whether it's like an Eden Park old boys club that probably don't want the singing because it annoys the neighbors. I don't know, but it's like suddenly that was I didn't understand it. Just what Alf was implying. So, and he was talking about how it was just amazing and it, continue to support the way that we do at these events as Pacific people. We love to sing, we love to support our boys the way that we do, with colour, with loudness. Man, it wouldn't be the spectacle that it is without the way the Tongan and Samoan and Kiwi fans have been supporting them in this Pacific Championship. Just wouldn't have been the same.
Nice, boys. Well, with that, let's jump straight into the preview of next week, the final for the Pacific Championships. I don't know if there's a final for the Ashes. I don't really care. The Kiwis are 1-17, back to back, and Keanu named in the proper where everyone started last week. Man, there's a real good lineup from both teams. I'll let you start first with your thoughts.
This will probably be a bit more of an even game now that both teams have got matches under their belt. That first game where I think, I'll be honest, that took me by surprise that Samoa got out to such a massive lead against the Kiwi boys, only to then get sort of pulled back. I don't think that's going to happen this game. I think it'll be a bit more even. But I believe that if the Samoan team get out to a lead, I don't think they'll be giving up points and giving over the lead again like they did in that first game. They've got a few games now where they've been able to work on combinations, work on defensive patterns, work on implementing their game plan. So, man, just looking at the teams, like man for man, it is so even across the park, like even into the flipping benches. You got Tamare, Fa'u, Aaron Clark, Xavier for the Kiwis. Then you got Chanel, Benaya, Terrell May, and Josh Papali'i. I'll be honest, I don't know why they keep persisting with Jazz Tavanga starting at 9. No hate on Jazz whatsoever. He's been a stalwart servant of the Samoan team, but I feel like we need Uelu to start to, just to get us onto that front foot ball. He's just a little bit more explosive out of hooker, and I feel like we need to match Phoenix Crosland because
Phoenix did well last week.
He might be a bit too much for Jazz. I feel, again, no hate on Jazz, but that. In the Tonga game just this past week, there's a few boys I feel in the Tonga team that are probably reaching that point where they're now at the end of their Tongan representative level. That's sad to say because they've been such great servants for their teams. But you've got to go out on a high, and you've got to do what's best for your team going forward. You want to leave that Tongan jersey or that Samoan jersey in a better state than when you came and inherited that jersey, right? So, we talked about Tupou not getting utilised with his aerial ability and then just being used as a battering ram. But Solly on the weekend, man, he had some defensive lapses where he was, running in from the wing and just leaving shit exposed. And, man, he was getting found out a couple of times. And I felt real sorry for him because it's like, Solly, you're way better than that. But so if it's come to this where he's not getting utilized for his aerial attack, and now I have to do stupid things on defense and get exposed like how he did, just players like that I think are coming to the end of their time, and I think Jazz is probably that guy for Samoa. But it's going to be a massive game. Samoa have brought Critter and what's his face, Spence into camp. G the boys up, and then you know what Caleb told me. He goes, Dad, guess who came into Kiwis camp? he got called in. I was like, oh, who? Josiah. I was like, what?
Oh, true.
I was like, you're kidding me. You're kidding me.
Karapani.
I thought that guy was Toa Samoa all day.
Oh, then you care
Karapani
for the Kiwis. Oh,
gets brought in. I was like, these dang Kiwis do the old. So like, if you play for us, that means you commit to us. Get Yawo, Laveangi backs, and we might need some cover for the World Cup.
yeah.
Yeah, bro, that's what I thought when he was telling me. He goes, oh, yeah, I seen on the chat, and I seen, hey, he's been called into the squad to train with him. It's like, oh, that reminds me of that
Nice
time when the
workspace.
Kiwis tried to get Kalen Ponga to come and train with them. I was like, come on, mate. That could possibly still happen, actually. But, yeah,
Stacey's
man.
having other conversations while Karapani's here, so it's good.
Yeah, probably.
It's November 1st, mate. Anything can happen.
Yeah, I don't know, man. My heart says Samoa. I honestly think Samoa have got the team. But shit, this is a coin toss for me. That Kiwis team is so strong at the moment. Yeah, it'd be hard to pick against them. But yeah, no, in fact, it'll be whoever wants it more on the day, pretty much.
The fence is looking pretty for Bob. All right, Payne. What you got?
Yeah, sorry, I don't think you mentioned it, Bobby, but Waifoi Scamo, Jeremiah Nanai is a big out. I think they lose a bit of a attacking weapon there. At Sigarone's out with a shoulder injury.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
But Sorta's back in, who didn't play against Tonga, but he's solid, bro. And we probably need him with we touched on the Kiwi pack, bro. There's some bashes there. Jazz Tivanga, yeah, man. I don't know. I thought he was awesome against Tonga in that off the bench in that mobile forward role. Definitely Benayo Elu, man. We've got to have him to play majority minutes there. Maybe Stace wants to start Jazz just to counter the work of the big pack, the powerful the power in the Kiwis pack. But I don't know. It just that makes the bench a bit. We've got a hooker, and we've got a half, a kind of 5'8" hooker in Chanel Harris Tavera, which awesome player, but I feel like that might be a little bit of a Mighty Mouse spot. I would like to see Ata Mariota, who I think got knocked out in that Kiwis game, didn't play against Tonga. Maybe him to come back, but then we also got to, if you're gonna have two, a hooker and a back on the interchange bench, then you're expecting us to go 60, 65 minutes, bro, plus, which he can do. Apart from that, man, it's pretty solid, man. Like Toa was a Taulangi try away from winning their game against the Kiwis, man. So both teams, they got a couple of games under their belts now. Both gave Tonga a bit of a ass kicking there, bro. So I think we got the pack to not dominate, but nullify what the Kiwis can bring. The Bash brothers there, man, they can take care of pain. So for me, it will come down to the halves, man. Luai's done well, bro, being a general. I like the way he's kicked us into good spots, and he's got to bring it again because Kenny can return the ball with interest. I feel like Waifoi, Junior Polo, the attack kind of is more centered around him and what he can do at first receiver. Because sometimes I feel like Luai's go a bit sideways sometimes, bro. And then when he does this little step come back on the inside, it starts becoming like Ali Laotiri a la 2003 Warriors, which we got the skill level to play that game, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's hard to find where we can break them down, bro. Where we can score. I like
Join me on the fence.
On the
Are
fence,
they New
hard up.
Zealand-born
But,
Samoans? He's a New Zealand-born
Ben
Samoan
White,
comments. That's what this is.
I think Ben White's he's on form, bro. He finished the season strong for the Bronx, bro, and he's been solid.
Yeah.
So him and Roger, if we can feed them out wide, bro, who knows? But I'm the same, bro. It's like Manu when they take on the All Blacks, bro. And my heart's always with our motherland, but still not disappointed when the Kiwis win as well, man. I hope it's close, but Toa by 2 for me.
Yeah. It's that like always, like you look at the caliber and then you look at that halves combination, that's fine, and then very much the 6 and 7, just that Talangi's he's come along like both games. He's kind of stepped up, so that's probably the key matchup for me is that Blaze Talangi, like what he can do. Like he seems to have grown in confidence, like doing stuff I haven't seen him do this season. I think he's been, given a bit more rein to, working under Cleary. I guess he's had to, kind of just stick to the system, not really explore. Where he's really stepped up. So I'm excited to see him probably make a bit of a difference. Like that's the only kind of key I can see. Like you mentioned, Luai, he's kind of controlled us around the park well. Blaze has done a little thing, so he's chanced his arm. So I think, maybe just some unlocking there. That's a huge out. I missed that. Seeing like Jaden Sewell's solid, so I agree. They're probably going to just match it in the forwards, especially like you're saying how well Mosse and Fish have been going. Just changes our attack a little bit. So probably Blaze is probably going to unlock us attack wise. So I'll go Samoa 12 and under. We'll go with that. Nice, boys. Looking forward to it. Any plans to watch it? You guys just at home? Not going out anywhere to celebrate the game? It's Sunday again, eh?
No, just at home. I was going to ask, what do you think of Terrell May being used so sparingly?
Yeah, that's interesting. I guess because of Haas's big minutes, but...
No, but then, like, Papali'i's been on doing a lot of the rotation.
Yeah,
but
May's just coming in.
I was like, Terrell May comes on for like the last 5 minutes. I was like, suddenly, why is he not rotating on for Payne Haas?
Yeah,
or
just to give him.
Yeah, I'm like, suddenly this guy was like a gun prop in the NRL this year. I don't know. I don't understand that. Like they've got him on the bench, but they haven't really unlocked him in either of those games.
Definitely got to give him more game time, bro. I think
I don't
know. They haven't seen any tactics in the use of our bench, bro. Can't just rely on Payne if I can play big minutes.
Yeah, I didn't understand that because we've got a ready-made Payne Haas type replacement in Terrell May, but he's just been warming the bench and coming on to celebrate victories and run around with the boys after they beat Tonga. I was like, oh shit, he was on the bench. What's going on? I didn't understand that. Like, why you've got 4 subs? Why not utilize them to the max? Like, I don't get it.
I think you'll have to play big minutes because you got two small players there in Yoelu and Chanel here. So definitely play big minutes, especially against this Kiwis spec.
Nice. Well, it's going to be a good game. Look forward to it. Looking forward to seeing that Samoa crowd at Combat, bigger stadium. So let's go tour. Let's see if we can beat that Eden Park crowd. And I'm sure those guys will be up for it over there. Any last words, boys? Bobby, last thoughts?
Nah, good luck to both teams. I'd love for Toa to get over the Kiwis, but I'll be honest, like I wouldn't mind if the Kiwis won. Like the Kiwis, Tonga, and Toa Samoa, they're getting stronger playing each other. I don't know what the hell's happening up in the Northern Hemisphere between Australia and England, but neither of those teams are getting anything. England now are getting their asses handed to them, and Australia are playing much weaker opposition. Like those aren't the tests to try and prep you for World Cup next year. So good luck to the Samoa boys against the Kiwis. Commiserations to Tonga. I thank you to the Tongan fans for coming out and supporting your team. You guys have been amazing.
That's Bobby. Payne, final words.
Yeah, bro. No, like Bobby said, it's been an awesome Pacific Cup, bro. These three teams, the bosses at B got to figure out a way to make this happen. Annual event, man. And just quickly before I go, a big shout out to my man Stacey. Can't make it tomorrow, so I'm gonna jump on with Roger and jam our potty on the counter-ruck. So I just want to tell that to our big listeners, bro. Bring back the union and some good international games happening on the other code. But apart from that, mahalo, lava, so what?
Mahalo. Thanks, Payne. Yep, I'm the same. Shout out to all the Samoan boys playing in both teams. So I just count both teams as the Samoa team. But yep, please go check us out on YouTube and on all the socials, and you can also check us out at the website WesWesNet.com. We've also got a new WesWes Sports channel now. So we've had to adjust things. The algorithm wasn't quite right. So you'll be able to find us at our new home over at the WesWes Net, or WesWes Sports channel on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. Go check out the counter-ruck. That should be dropping this weekend as well, and the boys break down some of the rugby over on the other code. For today, we'll catch you next week. Later.